Sonia Amin is suing for the price of beauty, a makeup procedure she says went horribly wrong.
My eyes are swollen. I look like a clown.
And you watched the whole thing, and when she hopped up, you sat down.
Also today, Suzanne asked Bonnie to make her bridal gowns.
Did we or did we not offer her $150 for all?
Each
four dresses. For all
dresses. I'd have been an idiot to take it.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is her courtroom. This is Judge Judy.
Parties on Amin Shavoni versus Sharifi Azad. Step forward, please.
30-year-old attorney Sonia Amin and sales clerk Brenda Schiavone are both suing beauty salon owner David Sharifi Azad for tattoo makeup they say caused permanent damage.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is number 17 on the calendar in the matter of Amin Shavoni versus Sharifi Azad.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Well, this is an interesting case. I've sort of enjoyed reading about it. According to the complaints that I've read, you two ladies went to the defendant's salon to have some permanent cosmetic work done on your faces.
That's correct, Your Honor.
We're going to get to why you would want to do that to such beautiful faces in a minute. And you were dissatisfied with the work, so you're suing them. Is that what it's about?
I think you can use a stronger word than dissatisfied, Your Honor, more like disgusted.
Well, first tell me about the kind of work that you wanted to have done on your face.
It's a permanent cosmetic procedure. Instead of having to apply makeup on a daily basis, you would look like you've already been made up. Would have a lip liner on the outside of the lips, and for me, an eyeliner, which is just on the margin of the eyelids, upper and lower, so that I wouldn't have to apply eye makeup on. So when I wake up, I look like one during the rest of the day.
Tell me how this is done.
It's a tattoo type of procedure where you take a needle with pinpoints and you take a color. I don't know what kind of exactly it's made out of, but it's a color that you apply with pin dots. And you connect the dots, you keep dotting it until you connect the dots and you see a line. And then the same thing underneath.
On your eyes?
Yeah.
What kind of research did you do before you decided to embark on these procedures?
Well, I worked in the medical field before, many years ago, and I've known numerous people who've done the procedure and who've actually performed the procedure, so I'm familiar with how it works. And it's relatively safe. We never heard any bad stories, and we talked and we decided we'd go together.
Fine. So you asked recommendations of these numerous friends as to where they had had it done, I assume?
Actually, no. Brenda suggested that we go to this gentleman's store.
Why? Brenda, look
Because
here.
it was near my house. And
now the reason you didn't answer me so fast.
And the advertisement.
Just a second. The reason you didn't answer so fast is because, as you were saying it, it sounded foolish, right? Well, I'm suggesting to you that if you're going to have this procedure done, which is, to me, you know, it's an invasive procedure.
Yes, it is.
It's an invasive procedure. It's not like putting a cream on you.
Right.
It's needles going into you, that you do more than just
Believe
look at
me,
a pretty
I know,
thing.
Your Honor.
All
I suffered
right.
for an hour on his table, I know.
Okay. Now, so you went in, and who was going to do this procedure for you?
His employee, her name was Fati. And
Who you spoke to?
Yes, before him.
Fati was your employee.
She works as an independent contractor in our salon.
Well, did you tell that to these people?
Yeah, they know that.
No,
What?
I paid
No,
him.
that's not what. Don't tell me what they know, David. Listen to me. I told you, you would not escape me.
The lady who performed it, when they came in, they talked to her, and she said, I will do that for them. And I asked her, did you go through the initial introduction procedure? And she said, yes.
David, that's not my question. I said it was your employee. Don't try to outwaltz me, sir.
What I'm saying,
that you didn't say to them that she is not my employee, she is an independent contractor. Are you trying to talk over me?
No.
David, you didn't say to them, this is an independent contractor who just rents space in my store. This was presented as your employee. So as far as anybody who walks into your store is concerned,
Yes, ma'am.
the people in your store are your employees.
That's true.
Oh, that's okay. So now tell me what happened. You want to start?
Sure. So I'm laying on the table, and she started on my eyelids first, on my upper eyelids. And you're supposed to do dot points right, to connect the colors. You know, like dots with a needle. And what Fatih was doing was taking the needle and making a line. And I was dripping in blood during the entire time. And I could see Brenda's expression. She's looking at me in horror like this. And I'm like, so I asked Fatih, excuse me, don't you think you should wait until the blood dries before you continue poking me? She told me that this is how she does the procedure and it's fine. And I was in a lot of pain. Tears were coming down. I stopped her again. I said, you know what? This doesn't seem right. How can you see what you're doing with all the blood and all the tearing? She goes, I know what I'm doing. Don't worry about it. Finally, she finished with my eyes. I should have just left. But anyway. She finished my eyes and she moved on to my lips. Again, the same thing. She was just taking the needle and taking the line and over, and she had to do it like 4 times because the color wasn't taking. As you can see, I look the same as I did, a week afterwards with no liner. I have nothing on my lips. And this is what I paid them to do, right? So anyway, then it was Brenda's turn. Tell everyone.
So you just watched the assault on your friend Sonia.
Yes.
And then you said, here I am. Me next.
I've gotten, like I said, I have 3 tattoos, and you're supposed to dot it, and then you're supposed to wipe it.
She just told me that you watched what they did to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I mean, had you been drinking?
Normal. She said, because I didn't know that permanent makeup, that it was this type of procedure. I had them on all other parts of my body, not on my face.
All right, so...
And they were very friendly to us and very
It was
cordial
clean.
and we were dumb.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
It's absolutely ridiculous for me to go and lay on his lousy table to bleed for an hour and a half.
Later today.
You just shafted her, and you know it.
No, I didn't.
She worked 165 hours, gets nothing.
I didn't shaft her.
I'm Justin Sylvester.
And I'm Blakely Thornton.
Join us for Yestergaze, where we break down pop culture historical moments that excited the queers of yesteryear.
Dawson's Creek Oscar nominee Michelle Williams doing Justin Timberlake doing a black scent?
Get out of here.
Honestly, if Diana Ross did a Dodge Ram commercial,
it'd be phenomenal.
Leather dash, wood trim.
Eddie Bauer trim.
Oh, with gays, that's a 5-minute movie.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brenda Schiavone and Sonia Amin claim that a permanent makeup procedure in David Sharif Yazad's beauty salon was botched by his employee.
So you had your lips done?
Yes.
And no color?
As she proceeded, she did it once, the whole time around. Did not stop, but maybe once or twice to wipe it because I said, I was dripping blood all the way down my chin.
Is this painful?
Yes.
Well, sure, we're sitting there
By
bleeding
now,
the
you're
whole
pretty
time.
much numb.
45 minutes on
couldn't
her, an
really
hour and a
feel it.
half on me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
She did it 4 times on my lips.
We walked out of there, it looked like somebody
All right,
beat
so
me
when
up.
you got home, it was terrible.
Yes.
All right, let's cut to the chase. You got home, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So you called him again?
Yeah, I called him. I talked to Fatih. I said, this is ridiculous. I can't believe we went through this. It's not right. My eyes are swollen. My lips I look like a clown. She looked like a clown.
Yeah. So what did you want Fatih to do?
So she said, let me do it again. And I said, forget it.
Well,
I said, I'm not going to let you butcher me and do this again. And I talked to David. I said, you know what? You guys did a terrible job. I can't believe this went on. And I'm in pain. I'm scabbed. This is terrible. He reassured me that, I'm sorry. Come in. Let my wife do it. And I said, your wife? She was learning. And I said, there's no way I'm coming in for you. I'm not going to be somebody's guinea pig. And he said, okay. On the 8th of June, he told me, I'll credit your credit card account and we'll call it even.
How much did you pay him?
I paid him $450 for me.
$450?
Yeah.
And I paid $200.
Total of $650.
David, take a look at them. Did they have permanent color like they were supposed to?
If you allow me, Your Honor, I wanted to explain to you.
Okay.
They did their side. Would you allow me to do my side?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. They came to the salon and they said they want to do the permanent makeup. We have done numerous permanent makeup with no incident. Everybody happy.
I'm not
and they're a
interested in
customer.
that. I'm not interested in that.
However, they did it, and when they came out of the room was at the closing of the time closing the store. My wife was there, I was there, and I did not see a drop of blood on their face or anything that they say.
Of course you
honest.
didn't, because you weren't there.
When you came out of the room, I saw you.
Okay.
And then Fatih came out, and as you see, they have signed the contract. that it said this procedure might cause discomfort or pain, and it needs follow-up procedure.
Let me see the contract.
They read it, they signed it, and it explained in the paper.
Let me see it. I can read, sir. It was one of the first
this
prerequisites
is one
for this
her
job.
And the other one for the other.
Your Honor, at the conclusion of the procedure, it is true that David said that we may need touch-up, a minor touch-up, but what needs to be done is a complete redo, as if nothing was done. And he offered me to come back and do it again. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous for me to go and lay on his lousy table to bleed for an hour and a half.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You allowed somebody to go across your eye, allow blood to be dripping from your eye, and didn't at that very moment get up off the table and say, "Get away from me."
Don't know where to start? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for all your home projects. Hire the right pro today.
Remember what it feels like to be a little kid? You can turn the store into a playground and the floor into lava. That kid's still in there somewhere, just waiting for the right place to come out and play. So leave your adult self outside and call them when it's time to check out. DSW. Let us surprise you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Sharif Fiazad says he never got the chance to finish the tattoo makeup for the plaintiffs, Sonia Amin and Brenda Schiavone. They say his salon was incompetent.
Now, I've read this contract. It says the undersigned client, that's them, agrees to follow the aftercare instructions and agrees that any touch-up work needed due to the undersigned's negligence, that's their negligence, shall be done at the undersigned's expense.
If they're negligent. But if they weren't negligent, we would do the follow-up free.
Well, they don't want follow-up, sir, and they certainly don't want your wife to do follow-up because your wife was a cosmetician in training.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you.
Brenda, your suit is for $200, correct?
Correct.
And Sonia, yours is for $450, correct?
Well, Your Honor, yes, but I think we're entitled to more than what was paid because of the pain and suffering that they inflicted on us.
Well, you know, there's something called contributory negligence.
Well, that's fine. If I'm 20% contributory negligent or whatever number you want to assign.
I want to tell you something. Based on the story that you told me and the apparent intelligence of both of you two women, I think that you're far more than 20% responsible for your own pain and suffering. You were laying on the table, and you knew that this was supposed to be done in a dotting procedure, and you allowed somebody to go with a needle, instead of doing it in little dots across your eye, to go across your eye, allow blood to be dripping from your eye, and didn't at that very moment get up off the table and say, "Get away from me." You let him do the other eye. When you finish letting him do the other eye, you let him do your mouth. And you watched the whole thing, and when she hopped up, you sat down.
Your Honor, there wasn't any blood.
Listen to me.
You weren't even in the
There
room.
wasn't any blood,
David,
Your Honor.
David, now say nothing. Listen to me. Listen to me. When you stopped this process, and when you first initially wanted your money back, that's what you were going to sue for. And I think that you're entitled to have your money back. And if you want to have this done again to yourselves, go and have it done to yourselves. I don't think that there's any big deal in the morning keeping a tube of lipstick on the side of your table. You want to look nice when you go in and brush your teeth? Put a little lipstick on. You know, to have it done permanently, your lips are going to change as you get older. Your eyelids are going to change when you get older. The bottoms of your eyes are going to change. They're going to get a little further down. The lids are going to come over. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $650, consistent with the amount that they paid for these procedures. That's all.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
I think they were looking for opportunity to make few bucks.
Oh,
Other
yeah,
than that,
right.
I
We
don't
didn't
see
even have
no
anything
reason
on
for
our
it.
face.
Nothing.
Nothing on our lips.
Because you are negligent and you could have had 10 months to come to talk to us. You didn't. You were looking for making
If
some
this is
money out of it.
satisfactory work, then
No,
it's a waste
you should have
of
come to
everybody's-
follow up. You never follow up.
Party's on Addison versus Farwell. Step forward, please.
Secretary Bonnie Addison is suing Suzanne Farwell, her co-worker at California's Los Alamitos racetrack, claiming Suzanne refused to pay for 4 wedding dresses that took her 165 hours to make.
Miss Addison.
Yes.
You were familiar with the defendant from work. What kind of work do you do?
We both work at Los Alamitos Racecourse.
And according to your complaint, she approached you one day because she was getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Must have heard that she sewed in her spare time.
Yes.
And she asked you if you would be interested in making 4 bridesmaids' dresses.
Correct.
So tell me about that conversation, because according to your complaint, you made the dresses, and then she didn't pay you for them and didn't pick them up.
That is correct.
Go ahead.
We were just talking one day, and she asked me if, since I sew, would I be interested in making the dresses, and I told her I would. And she asked me what would I charge, and I told her I had no idea because I had never sewn for other people in this manner. So I would have to check with a few people who did, so, you know, and then I'd let her know.
So did you let her know how much you were going to
Yes.
charge? What did you say to her?
I told her that I was told, since I was not a professional sewer, that a fair price to charge would be $10 an hour.
And what did she say?
She agreed.
Is that correct?
I did not agree to the $10 an hour.
What did you agree to?
When I approached her, I told her that I had been to a few seamstress that could do it for $120, and if she was interested to make some extra money for her sewing equipment, that if she would be willing to do it for under $120, and she agreed.
So according to you, she didn't say anything about $10 an hour.
She mentioned the $10 an hour.
What do you mean she mentioned it?
She said that that's what she was told to charge, being that she was a beginner. I asked her if that would keep me under the $120, and she said yes, as long as I did all the legwork, which I did. And she said that that would keep me under $120.
So, then what happened?
I thought we had agreed upon the $10 an hour, and that's the reason I said I would do it, you know.
So then you got started, you made these dresses.
Mm-hmm.
You were working by the hour. How many hours did it take?
165.
So that would be $1,600 for the 4 dresses.
Correct.
Or $400 a piece.
Correct.
4 times as much.
The week before my wedding.
So what happened?
She approached me and she says, that's way too much money.
Sounds like too much money to me, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. I didn't realize I had been working that many hours on it. I was just sewing, doing what I enjoyed doing. And when we figured out the hours and that, yes, it came to $1,650. Well, yes, even I thought that was a little much. So I agreed to cut my hours in half.
To make the dresses a little
About
over $200 a piece.
Correct.
And she said?
Oh, that's too much money.
And you said?
Well, if you can't pay that price, then you don't get the dresses.
So I didn't take them. This was all brought up the Sunday before my wedding. We talked to her one more time the Tuesday before my wedding and asked her and tried to talk her down. We offered her $150 for each dress over what we wanted to pay, and she would not accept that. She said, sorry, no money, no dresses.
Did they offer to give you the $150 for each dress?
No, ma'am. They offered me $150 for the 4 dresses.
$150 for the 4 dresses?
No,
And I
$150
said,
per dress, and I have
no way.
my witness right here to verify it.
Well, maybe that was a misunderstanding.
That might have been. I don't know. I can remember they offered me $150 for the 4 dresses. That's the reason I refused. I mean, I'm not crazy. I mean, I put a lot of time and effort into those dresses.
Well, I understand that you did, and I also understand that this was her wedding, and a couple of days before the wedding, I doubt whether she would have made a ridiculous offer to you of $150 for all 4 of the dresses. I mean, it just doesn't sound right. You ended up buying new dresses, correct?
Yes, we did.
And how much were the new dresses that you bought?
$136
A piece?
a piece. And that was 3 days before my wedding.
Well, we have a problem here.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Suzanne Farwell says she refused to pay for wedding dresses made by her friend Bonnie because they weren't what she ordered.
Let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is a legal one. Because I see that you did the work. I also know that she got no benefit from the work that you did. And the problem comes from the fact that there was no meeting of the minds. This was a contract. And it was an oral contract that clearly neither of you agreed to the terms of because you were under the impression that you were going to be paid by the hour. And she was under the impression that whatever you did was going to cost her less than $120 per dress.
Correct.
If there is no meeting of the minds, there is no contract. And if there is no contract, you cannot sue on the contract, Ms. Addison. Now, I feel very badly for you because you went to all of this trouble, and you are a novice when it comes to sewing. I think that the advice that you were given to charge $10 an hour by whomever was ridiculous advice, because when somebody goes to a seamstress, they are given a price for the product. Because you, as a novice in making these kinds of dresses, in all probability took longer than a professional seamstress who could have done the work in far less time. So she would have been crazy to agree to pay you by the hour. So there is no meeting of the minds. And when there is no meeting of the minds in a contract, you cannot sue on it. So this case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. We'll step out.
And on the next Judge Judy.
It is not my problem.
You just shafted her, and you know it.
No, I didn't.
She worked 165 hours, gets nothing.
I didn't shaft her.
I thought it was a slap in the face. That's the reason I told you, no, you get nothing. You offered $125 per dress, and I said no, and then you said, okay, $150 for all the dresses. I'd have been an idiot to take it.